Welcome back to Bulgaria and welcome back to Bdin Vidin in our Football Manager 24 Build a Nation save. So last season we completed phase 5 on our journey, which was win the title. Now we move into phase 6, which is to become dominant. Right, hello guys, welcome back to another episode. It's not been too long since I recorded episode 34. Of course, if you did watch that, you did see us take on Porto in the knockout playoff of the Champions League, where we did get past them. It's only been about half an hour since that happened for me in real life, obviously not for you in the episode. But we're back today because we're going to take on the round of 16 and see exactly who we're drawn against. Hopefully we can put in another fantastic result. Not too much has happened since you were last with us in terms of obviously league performances and whatnot. But like I say, we are back today for the draw, which we're going to get into before we do anything else. So let's go ahead and start the draw. We'll quickly skip it up to 3 speed because it is very slow, this draw, for whatever reason. Again, we're unseeded. Napoli first out the hat. Obviously Napoli, you may remember from last episode, were against Ludogorets. They did get past them, unfortunately. Napoli against Paris Saint-Germain should be an interesting team. Next out the hat is Benfica. Benfica, could we... No, we're not going to get Benfica, are we? It's the seeded teams now. Benfica at home to Man United. So Man United go to Portugal. Next up, we have RB Salzburg. Of course, knocked us out in the knockout round last season. We can't face them this season. We're going to get an absolutely massive team in this round, and we're going to get absolutely thumped. Next out, we have Barcelona. Barcelona unseeded, surprisingly. They are drawn at home to Real Madrid. Oh my god, we've got El Clasico in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Just four ties left to pick. First out is Milan. They are drawn at home to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich against Milan should be an interesting game. Next up, we have Galatasaray. Galatasaray are drawn at home to Nice. Right, on to the next one. There's only 2 left. We've got Celtic and Bdin. It's Bdin. We're going to either get Man City or Arsenal, which is fantastic, isn't it? It's Arsenal. Bdin are drawn at home to Arsenal. That means that we have Celtic against Man City as the final one. So Arsenal, guys, we're going to get absolutely smashed by Arsenal. Let's have a look and see when it's going to be. It is not too far away. I've got 3 league games before we get into... No, that's the second leg. Where's the first leg? The first leg hasn't appeared in my schedule yet. Let me just quickly click forward and see what we get for the schedule. First leg is it's not too far away. It's on the 2nd of March, so again around about a week's time. Since you were last here, we've had the quarterfinal of the cup. We got past Levski Sofia in that one. So as you've probably just seen from that news item there, we've got the semi-final draw. We did knock Ludogorets out earlier on in that competition as well. So there's not too many decent teams left in there, to be fair. So we should technically win the cup this season. Right, I'll be back in a minute, guys, and we'll take on Arsenal and see how many they score past us. So catch up with you guys in a minute. Right, guys, welcome back. Let's take on the first leg against Arsenal. Champions League last 16. We are at home for the first leg. This is the lineup that we're going to go with for today. It's going to be Pap returning from his injury in goal. Tinini Guerrero, Ariel and Rengel as the defensive 3. Ali Marungu pretty much been an ever-present this season, particularly in the Champions League. He's played more Champions League football this season than he has league football. Still a very good player. Obviously, he keeps coming up as wanted by several clubs, but star FBet League player. 77 appearances for the club now. Lima's back from his suspension. Unfortunately, Subic is suspended on left-hand side, so Nikolai Young has to come in for him. 20 years old. Hopefully he can develop, but he is on that development list and the loan list. Very much part of the loan farm. Acceleration and balance are arguably his strengths. Midfield of Arno and Danek and Prisk and Verhunig up top. Right, we come out then to get our biggest game ever underway. It's the furthest we've ever been in Europe. The Champions League round of 16. Of course, we get drawn against Arsenal. It's all big clubs from here. To be honest, it wouldn't matter who we come up against. Arguably the 2 beatable teams there. possibly Celtic and RB Salzburg, but RB Salzburg thumped us last season. Anyway, first highlight of the game, it's Ali Marungu feeding the ball to the left and Rengel forward into the midfield, and Arnaud press straight away, but does get the ball back straight to Ali Marungu. Now Tonini Guerrero, Aerial, Prisk coming deep to get the ball. It's a good ball forward towards Lima. We're in behind the Arsenal defence here. Lima's give us the lead against Arsenal. Oh my god. No way. No way at all are we leading against the Gunners. Prisk, it's a great ball forward. Martinelli's let Lima go. It's a great finish from the Brazilian right wing back, and it's deserved. If you have a look at the match stats, we were actually deserving of our lead. Kai Havertz though finds Cresswell to Saliba. Saliba still at Arsenal this far into the future. Arbinger forward towards Martinelli. Martinelli, nice little turn away from the two defenders. Adeyemi inside the area. He's hit the crossbar. Are we going to get lucky like we did against Porto? That would be absolutely fantastic. But of course, we know the threat that Arsenal can carry. And believe it or not, guys, we're in at half time with the scores at 1-0. We're beating Arsenal 1-0, courtesy of Lima. It's absolutely unreal. Just on a side note, Celtic are also beating Man City. So there's some strange things going on in the Champions League this season. Lima coming forward on this right-hand side. Gives the ball to Danik, gets it back, looks inside. Arbinger cuts it out though, and now Gabriel Martinelli can just hoof it clear. Looking for Adeyemi, but we do win that header. Tonino Guerrero, and Lima picks up the loose ball. Arnaud out to the right-hand side, and Ali Marungu on a yellow card. Can he deliver a ball though? Gives it inside to Lima instead. Pulls it back, cut out. Danik, Ali Marungu. Back to Tonino Guerrero. Inside to Aerial. Left to Young. Young with the oh my god. We're 2-0 up against Arsenal. We are 2-0 up against Arsenal. Nikolai Young with his first goal for the club. It's a beautiful goal as well. We've passed that around so well, and it's a great finish. Past Aaron Ramsdale in goal. We're 2-0 up against Arsenal, guys. What's going on? We're 2-0 up against Arsenal. The wing-backs have scored the goal. We could make it 3 here. Danik to take the corner towards the near post, and Prisk. Cresswell heads it clear. Odegaard can't get there. Ali Marungu lays it off Arnaud. Right to Tonino Guerrero. Great touch. Ball forward to Prisk. We've hit the outside the post. Tonino Guerrero probably should have gone by himself. Didn't leave Prisk with a lot of room. But here come Arsenal. It's Odegaard with the corner. Out to Adeyemi with the effort. It's rippled the roof of the net as it's gone over. Cresswell looking to get something for Arsenal. Martinelli on the left-hand side. Pulls it back. It's ended up back with Declan Rice. Now Martin Odegaard. Tackled by Danik. Ruiz. Danik goes out to meet him. Ruiz has got the legs over Danik though. Danik's done really well. And Young helps it clear. Only as far as Saliba though, but it's a poor header to Verhoening. But Odegaard picks it up inside the area for Odegaard. Nice little back heel. And Lucas Beltran does get one back for Arsenal in the 77th minute. Kind of expected it really, didn't we, guys? We were expecting to get absolutely smashed by Arsenal. Let's be honest. This is nice little back heel from Odegaard though. Inside to Beltran. Hopefully we can hold on to the lead though. There's Alima on the right hand side. Gives it to Danik. Danik got Martinelli for company. Good ball in. Headed clear by Saliba. Danik's going to get it back. No, Saka gets there. First time we've mentioned Saka's name in today's game. He's been very, very quiet. That's a poor clearance by Ramsdale. Straight to Rengel. Gives it to the left and Young. Young back to Rengel. Comes back all the way to Adam Papp. Now Ali Marungu. Out left to Young. Scorer of the second goal. Back to Adam Papp again. Nice little spell of possession. Just keeping the ball. Aerial. Into the midfield and Arnaud. It's a poor pass from Arnaud. Cut out by Declan Rice. Martinelli feeds it to Beltran. Beltran inside the area. Nice touch. Great save from Adam Papp. Adam Papp has kept us in the lead there with that save. Odegaard to take the corner though. Deep one towards Declan Rice. Headed clear by Ali Marungu. Verhoening's chasing after it, but Beltran gets there before him. Gives it back to... I didn't quite catch the name. I probably wouldn't have been able to pronounce it anyway, if we're honest. Rejcik. Don't know. Oh, into stoppage time. Odegaard with a free kick. Ripples the roof of the net as it goes over. And we've got a couple of minutes to hold on, guys, for a fantastic, famous win in our history as Papp gives it to Rengel. Comes back to Adam Papp. Can we just hold on? Papp goes long, looking for Prisk, who doesn't quite get there ahead of Saliba. And now the ball's with Ruiz on the out to Saka on the right-hand side. Inside to Odegaard. Odegaard with the ball over the top towards Declan Rice, who's put it in the back of the net. No. Oh, that would have been a great win. That would have been a great win for us. Unfortunately, Arsenal just too strong for us in the end, and they do equalise in the 93rd minute courtesy of Declan Rice. But still, we've drawn against Arsenal. It's going to be very, very difficult to go back to not Highbury, the Emirates. I nearly said Highbury, guys. Go back to the Emirates and get anything from this tie. But yeah, that's a great performance from us. Right, guys, I do have Spartak Varna to take on in the league in between now and the second leg. I've not had a league game for quite a while. My last two league games have been postponed due to waterlogged pitches. And as a result, we've got 4 games in hand. We're currently down in 4th position, 8 points off the top. But like I said, we do have 4 games in hand, so there's 12 points available to us there. So I'm going to go away and out and play Spartak Varna, who are the team just ahead of us. They're having a great season. And we'll come back and we'll take on the second leg against Arsenal. Right, guys, let's get into the second leg against Arsenal. First of all, quick recap of what happened against Spartak Varna. They did take the lead through Nikolai Dimitriov. A rare James Ali Marungu goal right on the stroke of half-time before Samuel, who we have sort of promoted to the first team to try and aid his development, bagged the winner. I'm hoping that Samuel can develop into something very, very special. Did have a loan spell at Ardakar Jali earlier in the season, 8 goals, 8 appearances and 2 goals. He's played 5 times for Bdin with 2 goals as well. Really, really hope that he can develop into something special. But a 2-1 win. Spartak Varna were the better team, but we have obviously grabbed all 3 points there. Moves us up to 3rd in the table. We're just a point behind Ludogorets with 4 games in hand. So Ludogorets are not having the best of season from their point of view. Levski Sofia doing really well, but if we look at the season preview, you can see it's very, very close between the top 3 teams now. Levski Sofia, obviously the favourites. We've got more players than anybody in the Media Dream 11 though. Pap creeps into there now. Ariel, Subic, Ali Marungu, Prisk, Verhunig, all in the Media Dream 11, which is great. There's only one Ludogorets player in there these days. But let's get into the Arsenal game. Obviously, we'll have a look at the lineup that we're going to go with. It's going to be Pap, Triantis, Ariel, Rengel. Garcia McNulty moves to the half-back position. Ali Marungu's suspended for this game, unfortunately. So Tonini Guerrero comes in as the right wing-back. Lima is injured, picked up an injury. Subic back on the left-hand side. Danik and Arno continue in midfield. And then Sirikos comes in up top for Verhunig, who moves to the bench. Sirikos, of course, great player for us over the years. And August Prisk, who is currently wanted by all the Saudi clubs, want our players, except for Philip Verhunig, who's wanted by Chelsea and Milan, which tells you the sort of credentials that he's got. So as we walk out onto the pitch at the Emirates, at 2-2 from the first leg, can we do the unthinkable and make it to the quarter-finals of the Champions League? I highly doubt it away to Arsenal at the Arsenal Stadium, it's called. I call it the Emirates. But yeah, the Arsenal Stadium. I'm expecting us to get absolutely twonked here, really, if I'm honest. And we're almost half an hour in before anything's actually happened. Arsenal are on top. The ball's back with Pap. Now it's Ariel. Feeds it out to the right-hand side, and Tonino Guerrero. It's cut out, though, by Arbinger. Odegaard into Martinelli. What on earth was that from Gabriel Martinelli? It looked easier to hit the target than what he's just done. Yeah, Arsenal are massively on top, as you would expect in this game. But we're still holding our own. And now here comes Arbinger on the left-hand side. Feeds it down the line to Martinelli. Looks to pull it across. It's blocked well by, I believe, Triantis. But now Martinelli picks it up again. Goes for goal. Pap is forced to tip it over the bar. Martinelli comes across to take the resulting corner. Goes deep to the edge of the area. Subic reads it well. Cuts it out. Chance for a counter-attack for Bdin. Subic still going. He's got Saka with him. Martinelli does well to get back to him. And it goes out for a throw into Bdin. On this right-hand side. And at half-time, it is 0-0. We're doing really, really well. Can we take this to extra time? That would be great, wouldn't it? We're very, very tired, though. And because of the games that have been postponed, we've actually got 3 games this week. It's going to be quite difficult for us to get through. But let's come out for the second half again. Hopefully, we can get through. Into the final 25 minutes now. It's Triantis with the free kick. We've made a quick change. We've brought Verhunig on for Prisk. See if we can get a tune out of the strikers. But Martinelli's picked off another pass out to the right-hand side, and Tonino Guerrero. It's now fed to Bellanova, a little bit of space on the edge of the area, and Raul Bellanova gives Arsenal the lead for the first time in this tie. It's took them more than a game and a half of football to take the lead against little plucky Bdin. We've only registered one shot on target this game. It was always going to be tough. And now Subic has picked up an injury. We'll get Nikolai Young on. It was always going to be tough coming into the Emirates and getting any kind of result. It's obviously disappointing. So it does look like Europe is going to end for us this season. But it's been a fantastic season for us so far. Odegaard with this free kick, which he goes for goal. It's just over the roof of the net again. But it looked like Pap was quite worried. Tonino Guerrero is having a shocker on that right-hand side, by the way, but I have no other replacements for him. And Barger has actually gone out on loan. And now Young's an absolute idiot. What an idiot. What an absolute idiot. I don't have another option for Tonino Guerrero, unfortunately. I have Rade Muslin, but Muslin's not really first team ready, never mind Champions League ready. Syracuse, you're going to have to come off. And as for left wing back, I've had them both on the pitch already. It's going to have to be Ariel, and then we'll change Ariel for. It's going to have to be Suleiman Sarr. So we're digging deep with the with some of the players that we're bringing on here. Definitely not Champions League ready players. They're barely first team ready players. Never mind Champions League ready players. But Nikolai Young with an absolutely ridiculous challenge. And we are going to lose 1-0 on the night to Arsenal by the looks of things. 3-2 on aggregate. We gave it one hell of a go, guys. We're just overpowered in the end by the better team. So unfortunately we couldn't get through, but it is another £8.2 million in the bank. Takes us over £40 million in total now, which is absolutely huge. So that's it for Europe this season, guys. Unfortunately, just the way it is, we're not quite ready to beat teams like Arsenal yet in the last 16 of the Champions League. Unfortunately, we gave it a good shot, just not quite enough in the end. We should have had a great season in terms of coefficients, though, but we'll go over that next episode. As for when next episode is, it's going to be at the end of the season. We're just going to do the last game of the season, regardless of whether we've won the league or somebody else has won the league or whatever. The save is becoming about Europe now, as opposed to what's happening in Bulgaria. Obviously, we'll keep up to date with what's happening in Bulgaria. We're not quite at the point where we are dominant yet, but looking at the league table, it's kind of getting there, you know. And it's great to see these teams still doing well. We'll obviously catch up with how Levski and CSK 1948 getting on Europe next episode as well. As for now, though, guys, thank you for watching. And I'll see you at the end of the season. So, cheers, and I'll see you later.